have some research money allocated and time, but like they've got their own research projects. So if you're trying to get people to, I guess it's, and I can't remember what was, we discussed it, but what's the outcome each year? Because I think there was a discussion about, there was going to be an exhibition at Freelands in London. And it's like, well, that doesn't really make sense, because that's like just, you just then bring it all back to London, and that's somehow shooting it in the foot. And could it like rotate? I think we discussed this at the time. Could the exhibition rotate between the venues? Or I can't remember what it was. So you get people, like how do the people in Belfast and the people in Cardiff connect? Or do they not connect?
Well, this is an interesting thing, because there isn't necessarily a budget for them to connect. There wasn't originally a budget for them to connect together, but what's other than through symposium events. So yes, those are the sort of cross-site programming. So the symposium events happen every year, but they will happen on multiple sites, so that they have their own kind of local flavour, and that might involve all sorts of things, performance, whatever, showing, and some of the galleries are planning to do exhibitions in their sites as well. But there is the plan to still every 2 years have a London-based exhibition.
Right.
The cohorts will come together and they're showing. It might not necessarily be all at the same time. 20 artists, that's a bit tricky in that kind of space.
So has it started?
So the programme started, but so the exhibition will be 2021.
Yeah.
2020.
Because I assume the programme's only just started. I mean, have artists even been selected yet?
Yes,
they have.
So they've all been selected and announced, and 3 of the organisations have got going, and the artists are already waiting, and then Cardiff is starting properly in April. But the artists are already engaged in the programme. So each of the galleries has a different project that they're working with, and some of them, especially the mention I have here, swear have the capacity to also give the artists exhibition opportunities in their site. But I think one of the important things people are saying in the programme is that it is just allowing people 2 years to make work and not to have too much pressure around the
Right.
So I think they're trying to take the emphasis really off that
outcome.
Yes, there will be a chance for them to expose, show and to all come together. But it's an interesting thing to discuss with people, like, does that feel relevant, that main show? What comes out of that? Is it useful? It's something that we're really trying to understand. But yes, I think the programme is trying to hold that tension between what's the sort of central idea for release and what kind of regional impact they have on the programme and control over there. So I think the hope is that Melanie is trying to make sure they have as much control over their program as they want, and not to sort of impose that as a cross-site working. But it seems that people are interested in it. But and from your perspective, working with emerging artists, what do you feel like what's the kind of major areas of need for those artists? And do you think this program will be interesting?
Well, I think, having just got off the phone before you arrived with a young artist that we're working with who needed all sorts of advice to do with having a dialogue about the work, to like whether she should show with a commercial gallery or not, a particular commercial gallery or not, and whether this was the right time. And I mean, I think primarily artists want to have a dialogue about their work, and they want someone to come to the studio and be interested and make it kind of a conversation, and they want to show their work, and they also want to sell their work. So I think they also want to, I mean, I don't know, all artists are different, but they also want to share knowledge with their peers. Some of them don't at all. They just want to like shut themselves away and get on with it. So I think the dialogue, I mean, I think that's where like coming into contact with curators is really key. So if it can facilitate that, either through the Edward Ball or but bringing in people to do sessions with them, like mentoring sessions with people that they identify. I think for them to self-identify people they want to talk to, but also be a little bit guided, because it's funny with our trainees, they had our curatorial trainees, we provide mentoring sessions for them, and they had quite clear ideas about a couple of people they wanted to talk to, and then their knowledge stopped there. And it was like, well, there's this really amazing person that I know who's doing all this work that I know you'd be interested in, but they just don't know about it. So it's bringing in people who have knowledge that can point them to other places, you know, whether that's curatorial or even probably speaking to more experienced artists would be, you know, one of the artists we're working with, we just connected with a much more senior artist. They're having a dialogue, and I know that they're both finding that really enriching. So maybe some of the people they might want to talk to are not necessarily curators, but other artists, and it not just being like strategic about, oh, am I going to meet that it's also having the understanding, like, you're going to meet that curator, and it's not like they're going to give you a show, you know, and also that person giving an hour of their time is also giving a lot of energy to them, and that's kind of something to not just take for granted. Even if they're being paid, it's still like to invest, you know. So I think that is good, important. Just that dialogue about the work. That's what they always want, you know.
Finding above even the money, the grant, you know.
Yeah, it's like, and it can move you on, and because it can be quite isolated, you know, and or even really successful artists and not having the dialogue they want about their work sometimes, you know. And then I guess I think there's like more practical things as well about kind of career advice, you know, particularly if they're emerging. I mean, I don't know, the pressures that might be on some of those artists might be different from this artist I was just talking to, who's being like courted by 2 commercial galleries, doesn't really know whether it's the right time to work with them, you know. It's just like, is it the like right commercial gallery or not, you know. So I mean, you can be courted by people you don't really want to show with, but the person that you want to show with isn't paying you any attention, you know. So I think being able to like discuss those things with people who know are neutral and know is, I mean, I don't know, that's what I do in my role. It might not be applicable to this, but I think that kind of career advice also, to just like let your work develop, that kind of thing is important.
It's interesting in the, I mean, Cardiff, for instance, there's just 0 commercial scenes, so it's not even on people's minds to think about, you know, can I get representation? Or, and in a way, I think what the T813383 identified is that it can be a bit stifling or paralysing. You know, people are ambitious.
No, I was just about to say they need to be shown a bit of ambition.
Yeah, and it can kind of keep, and I think also in Cardiff it's like a very cozy and uncritical scene, so people are all friends, everyone knows each other, so people feel like it's quite difficult to critique. Which I sort of always think London is quite spiky in that respect. People are kind of a bit, because it's not so cozy.
Yeah, it's more competitive.
But the perception is also that London's just completely unaffordable. Like from what I'm hearing from artists, they don't even think about London as
but that's also, you know, they but it's also, you know, there are other places to live than London where, I mean that's where it's interesting, you know, they maybe need to be shown to like take some knowledge from places like London or Berlin or these bigger hubs, but like bring that knowledge back to Cardiff.
Absolutely. Right, I'll just double check my questions. And I suppose I'd be interested to know, what do you sort of think, because there's a 5-year programme, so there's a lot to program. Is there anything you'd hope to see that comes out of it? I mean, obviously there's kind of 3 aims: to support emerging artists in their professional creative development, to support organisations to develop practice models around supporting emerging artists, and then also bolstering the ecosystems in those areas. But is there anything you're particularly keen to see come out of this programme?
I would like to go to Belfast and actually see some really exciting work, and go somewhere and feel like I'm not going into some like slightly abject. Sorry, don't. But do you know what I mean? Like after like this program, like, but actually there's something happening, that you feel that there's some life coming through. Like whether it's like, you know, actually maybe what I mentioned about the websites is actually quite crucial. It's like, you know, yes, people aren't necessarily coming to, like I always talk about with Chisenhall, the rhetoric of Chisenhall is that, you know, some of our audience, they've never been to the gallery. You know, they're sitting in Sao Paulo, but they know about the gallery, and they know that they're interesting artists to follow.
Because the website.
So in a way, I think that's quite. I would like to be able to